Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? It's good to see y'all.
It's working.
All
right.
Mute it. Mute yourself.
All right. We've got most of y'all already in the meeting, which is great. Good on everybody being on time today. But we are going to give it a couple more minutes just in case anybody does join a little bit later. In the meantime, y'all can just make sure that you have your kit with you. I've already opened mine, but if you got your kit, you can go ahead and get that out. You can go ahead and open it. You can kind of look at what's inside. I will go ahead and tell you, you've got this interesting looking bottle in there. This is a mix for bubble soap, so please nobody drink it. But y'all can also get ready a container with 4 cups of water in it. I've got like this bucket here that I've got some water in. So you're gonna need that. That's to mix the bubble soap with.
Let's get from them. It's them. Here's your picture. Here's the picture.
Where's the
Is everybody having a good summer so far?
Did you unmute it? Yes.
Yeah, have y'all done anything fun yet?
Mm-hmm. What did you do?
Any fun summer activities?
You swim in the pool? Oh yeah, we did swim in the pool. Tell her. Tell her.
And talk about it.
Yeah, we swam in our pool.
You swam in your pool?
Yeah, Eva, you could say you would have had tennis camp, but it's canceled the last 2 days. Tell her.
I would have had
Look
tennis
at her.
I would have had tennis camp, but it's been canceled because of the rain for the last 2 days.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Well, I hope you get to go to tennis camp. That sounds like fun. I think I did tennis camp when I was around your age. It was a good time. All right, well, I think we've got just about everybody in the meeting, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. Y'all are gonna have to excuse my extra setup right here. I've got my other camera so that I can show y'all how to make some bubble wands here in a minute. But just briefly before we get started, I did just want to talk a little bit about bubbles. So I don't know if y'all have ever thought about this before, but I just was thinking about it earlier. Why do y'all think that bubbles are always round? When you blow a bubble, it's always a circle. Why do you think that is?
Because we make circles for it to blow like.
So yeah, we do tend to blow bubbles through circular shaped bubble wands, but even if you blow a bubble through a different shaped wand, it's going to come out a circle. So Santiago, you had your hand raised. Did you have an idea?
It has to be connected.
Because the way we blow, our mouth is round whenever we blow.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got a couple different ideas. We think it might have something to do with the shape of your mouth when you blow in air or the shape of the bubble wand, but it actually has a little bit more to do with just the structure of a bubble and the way that soap will form itself around air. So basically, bubble soap is always going to use the smallest surface area possible to surround the amount of air that you've blown into the bubble. And the smallest amount of surface area just always happens to be a sphere or a circle. So no matter how you do the shape of your mouth when you blow a bubble, and no matter what shape of a bubble wand you're using, the bubbles you blow are always going to be spheres or circles. So I thought that was interesting. I was just wondering about that earlier. Now we're going to be doing tensile bubbles today. And that has to do with the word that we think of as tension. Has anybody heard the word tension before?
I've been learning about it.
Yeah, what do you know about it, Carter?
It's kind of the only tension I've been learning about right now is surface tension.
Yeah, okay. Can you tell us something about surface tension?
It's what lets bugs ski on water like those. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, no, like water striders, I think. Yeah, they can kind of skate along the surface of water. Yeah, surface tension is actually a good thing to talk about too, because we're going to be dealing with that in a minute when we try to dip our bubble wands into the bubble solution. But when we talk about tension in terms of tensile bubbles, it has a little bit more to do with how the bubble is going to structure itself when it's like caught between different like rigid objects, which in our case are going to be straws. So I'm going to show y'all this bubble wand that I made, and I'm going to teach y'all how to make this. So do y'all want to go ahead and learn how to make these?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got two different shapes. One of them is going to be much easier than the other one. This one is going to be the easier one. So we're going to do this first as a warm up, and then we'll talk a little bit more about tensile bubbles. So I'm going to make sure that y'all can see what I'm doing in front of me. All right, can everybody see my desk in front of me and my little bubble wand?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. So this is just my example.
We can't.
Oh, I've got it
We can't
pinned.
see the bottom of it.
Press
We can
pin. You can just double click on her screen in like the small place, and then it'll pin. It'll be pin. But you can also remove the pin.
Oh, well, we making bubbles.
Yeah, we are going to make some bubbles.
We're making some bubbles.
I'm making sure that everybody can see this. Give me just a second.
There we go. We can see it.
Is it working now? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab out of my kit. I've already gotten out my little cup of mix for the bubble solution. So I'm going to get out. I've got lots of pipe cleaners. Y'all have a lot of pipe cleaners too. I think I've got a few more than y'all have, but you should have a bunch of them. And some straw pieces. You don't have to count them right now or anything. Just get some out where you can pick them up. All right, so the way that we're going to start making our first bubble wand, which is going to be this little kind of pyramid shape, we're just going to use the pipe cleaners and the straws to just kind of build that shape out. So the first thing I'm doing is just kind of straightening out one of my pipe cleaners. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, just enough that it's easier to shape and handle. So I'm going to take my one pipe cleaner. I'm going to put a straw on the end, and I'm poking out the end of the straw, maybe like 3/4 of an inch or an inch, and I'm going to fold that over. So everybody give me a thumbs up when you've done this. Okay, good. It looks like Eva and Sophie have got theirs. Santiago and Anna have got theirs. Journey's giving me a thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our little straw piece on, and now we're going to do 2 more. So we've got a total of 3 straw pieces on our pipe cleaner at the moment. Perfect. Carter and Carly have got theirs. All right, it looks like everybody else is getting it done. Okay, so once you've got all of those on there, you're going to bring the end of the pipe cleaner around, and you're going to make it kind of into a little triangle. And unbend that part that you bent over at the end and twist the 2 ends together. So we kind of secure this first triangle. Is this making sense? Okay, it looks like a few of us are good to go. Perfect. Carter's showing his little triangle. Looks good, looks good. All right. So if we're ready for the next step, we're gonna need to add another pipe cleaner to this because our pipe cleaner is obviously getting kind of short. So you're just gonna wanna twist the end of another pipe cleaner on to the end of your first pipe cleaner. The way I do it is I just make an X with the ends of the two pipe cleaners and then twist them. There are some kids in the room next to my office being a little loud, so if y'all can hear that, I apologize. Okay, so once you've got your other pipe cleaner attached, you're gonna put on, I think, 2 more straw pieces. So slide them on and slide them all the way down. So it should look like this. Good. Make sure some of y'all's look like they might have a few too many. Make sure you've just got 2 more straw pieces on here. So you've got your triangle and then 2 other straw pieces connected to it right now. And if you want to move on to the next thing, if you've got your 2 other straw pieces on there already, you're going to bend it so it starts to look like this. It looks like 2 triangles connected at the bottom, and run the end of that pipe cleaner through the side of the other triangle. So it's going to come around like that. Did y'all see how I did that? So I just took the end of the pipe cleaner and I stuck it through the bottom corner of this triangle and I pulled it through.
I didn't exactly see that.
Yeah, me
Okay,
too.
yeah. Here, let me show you. So we have these 2 on here, right? So I kind of bent them around and I pushed this pipe cleaner through this straw piece on the other side. So this is going all the way through here and I'm just pulling it through. All right, it looks like Eva and Sophie have a good shape going. Carter's got his, perfect. Journey's got hers too. Y'all are doing great. And Santiago and Anna, great job, guys. Okay, so I've got this going. And now the last step is just 1 more straw piece. Go ahead and thread that on. And you're gonna connect these 2 corners. So I kind of bent up this triangle and I'm gonna put my pipe cleaner through one of these straw pieces. You can put it through either one because either way it's gonna anchor it to that corner. You see, so we had these 2 triangles here and we're using this last straw piece and pulling it through to connect them.
Miss Camille, we're stuck here. I left and Sophie left me like this. What
Okay,
am I
yeah.
missing?
You've just got your 2, that's just 2, oh, I see, okay. So you're at the point where you're gonna need to take that end that you're holding and push it through one of the straws closest, well, push it through the straw closest to it.
I tried to do that.
There you go, that looks right.
All right,
Zoom
now
is always tricky for this because it'd be easier to just show you, but I can't just pick up what you're doing. You are
I know.
You'll need 1 more straw piece to connect those. And if you're running out of room on the pipe cleaner, you might have to twist on another pipe cleaner, and that's okay. I didn't have to, but if you need to, I think the
Okay.
pipe cleaners vary in length a little bit. So if you run out, just twist another one onto the end.
All right, thanks. I unattended Sophie, and then she's like, "Mom, help!"
Well, looks like y'all got back on track. That's good.
Yeah, we did. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, does everybody have their little pyramid now? All right, looks good. I can see everybody holding them up. They look great. Okay, now we need to mix up our bubble soap. We maybe should have done that first, but you're gonna need your container with water in it. Make sure you've got a container that's kind of deep. Oh no, closed it. Here we go. You need a container that's sort of deep. I've got this picture. What Journey's got looks good. That picture, that looks perfect. Something kind of like a pitcher, because we're gonna make this bubble wand in a little bit here, and it's kind of big. As you can see, it needs to fully submerge in the solution. So we need something a little bit deep in order to do that. So I gave y'all some bubble soap mix, and this is actually interesting. So I put dish soap and corn syrup in here. The dish soap is what's blue and the corn syrup is clear. Can anybody tell me why you think the corn syrup is down at the bottom?
Because it's heavier.
Because it's heavier, it's more dense. That's right, good job. But that's not the point of the lesson today. I just thought it was interesting that it turned out that way. So I have this other one that I kind of like mixed around. So to go ahead and take your bottle and kind of shake it, kind of move it around so that you get the dish soap and the corn syrup a little bit better mixed together. And once you've got it sort of looking more of a uniform blue color, go ahead and grab something to mix with. I've just got a plastic spoon. So any spoon or stick or, something like that to stir will work perfectly. Great job. Y'all are shaking them really thoroughly. But once you got it all shaken up, go ahead and take off the lid. Start stirring your water and kind of slowly pour the mix into the water. Don't stir too fast because you don't want to stir up a bunch of bubbles on the surface. I'm going to kind of get my spoon in there to get a little of the extra. All right, so I'm going to stir just a little more to make sure that it's pretty evenly mixed. Kind of tapping off my spoon. All right, how's the bubble soap going, everybody?
It's great.
Do we pour all of it in?
Okay.
All of it in?
Yes, go ahead and pour the whole contents of the bottle needs to go in here. So I've got even a little bit extra that didn't quite come out of the bottle. So yeah, pour the whole thing. In case you're curious for later, and I am recording this and I'll send y'all the recording later, so you don't have to rush to write this down. But if you want to make more bubble soap later, it's just, I think, a half cup of corn syrup, 2/3 of a cup of dish soap, and 4 cups of water is the recipe that we used.
I saw a bubble come out of my liquid.
Oh my gosh. You've already got a bubble. That's awesome. Actually, while we talk about that, if you look at the surface of your bubble soap, you can already kind of see some bubbles moving around. And if you look at especially where there are lots of bubbles kind of clumped together, it's interesting to look at what happens kind of between the bubbles. So it's not as clear in mine just because it's more foamy. It's not as many like distinct bubbles that you can really make out. But if you get a lot of bubbles really close next to each other, they'll start actually kind of looking like squares or like pentagons or hexagons. They'll start having kind of straighter sides because they're all sticking to each other. And they're kind of attracted to each other in a way that'll flatten out the edges of them. So that'll be important here in a minute when we try out our bubble wands. So before we actually put these in the bubble soap, how do y'all think this is going to look when it's got bubbles stuck to the sides?
I already did it.
Oh, okay. Well, don't tell quite yet. If you haven't stuck it in the bubble soap yet, what do y'all think is going to happen? How do you think it's going to look?
Triangle.
Like a triangle? So do we think it's going to like form kind of walls on the pyramid shape?
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
Hey, where's mine?
I heard a no. What else do y'all think could happen?
Like a circle.
So it would form a circle if we blew bubbles through it, but we're talking about just when it, or do you think it's going to form a circle in the middle?
Maybe I had too much fun.
Okay, let's just find out.
It would make it.
Dip this in. Go ahead and dip it way down. I'm kind of swirling it a little bit, and then I'm going to pull it out. Do y'all see what happened? What does it look like?
It's kind of here.
It's what?
It's not a pyramid. It's like a pyramid.
Well, it's basically like,
Perfect way to fix it.
it's almost like it did do the bubbles on the sides, but then they all kind of touch in the middle. So do y'all see how there's kind of a wall from each bubble reaching towards the middle?
Wait.
Isn't that cool?
No.
So here we have made a 3D bubble, y'all. Now, I don't know how y'all's parents feel about bubbles in the house. If your parents are okay with it, you can try to blow a bubble through it and see what that does. And actually, I know it's kind of gross outside right now, but if y'all wanted to, y'all could even take this outside and try to wave it around like a bubble wand. It would, what shape will the bubbles be? We talked about this. When you blow bubbles through this, what shape are they going to be?
Round.
Round. They're going to be round. But when it's inside, oh, mine already broke. But when it's inside the bubble wand, it does this really cool 3D bubble shape. Okay, so now we're going to try this, but with a kind of harder to make shape. We're going to do it with that cube shape I told y'all earlier. So I'm going to pop my bubble if I can. These are really strong bubbles. Y'all can see how that one made a little circle and then broke. I'm going to kind of shake off my bubble wand. I'm going to put it on some paper towels that I've got next to me. And we're going to go back to our pipe cleaners and straws. So we're going to try to make this shape now, okay? Y'all did really well with the little pyramid, so I think y'all can definitely keep up with this, but like I said, it's a little bit harder, so if you are having trouble, just unmute yourself and ask. I'm happy to help. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is going to start out sort of like we started for the last shape. We're going to put one straw piece on, poke out the end about 1 inch, and fold that over. And that's just to hold this straw piece on the end. And once you've got that one on there, you're going to put on 3 more pieces. So you're going to have 4 total straw pieces on your pipe cleaner. All right, great job. I see a few of y'all have gotten that done. Perfect. So once you've got the 4 straw pieces on there, you're gonna kind of form it into a square shape and then twist those ends together. And once you get that done, you are also going to need another straw on the end because we're obviously running, or sorry, another pipe cleaner on the end because we're obviously running out of space. So I'm just going to cross these kind of like an X pattern, like I said, and twist them around. Same way we did to secure that square. Okay, so once everybody's got their square and another pipe cleaner added on, go ahead and show me what you got. Perfect. Okay, a couple of y'all are already there. Great job. Good. I see some twisting of pipe cleaners. Awesome, guys. Okay, so our next step is going to be to add 3 more straw pieces onto this pipe cleaner we've just attached. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to push them all the way down. It's a little tricky to get them over where you've twisted the pipe cleaners together, but as long as you can clear the end of where it's twisted, it should slide right on. So once I see a few looking like this, I'll show y'all what to do next. You can probably guess. Good, good. Some of y'all are already doing the next part. The next part is to go around to this opposite side. So we see it stemming out of this right side. We're going to go to the bottom and put the end of that pipe cleaner in. Y'all can see how I'm doing that. And I'm going to pull it through tight. So we've got what looks like 2 squares stuck together. Good, good. Also, sorry if I'm talking to certain names more than others. I can only see some of y'all's screens across the top of my screen. I think I can see everybody who's got their cameras on though. All right, Journey looks good. Okay, so we're running out of space on this end, right? So we're gonna need another pipe cleaner. I'm gonna grab a pink one, kind of straighten it out a little, and I'm gonna twist that onto this end.
Way ahead of you.
Oh yeah, if y'all can, figure this out, then you can just go ahead and, do it however you want to do it. The way that I'm doing it is the way the instructions I found explained it, but there are multiple ways you can figure this out. So I've got my 2 squares stuck together. I'm gonna add, let's see, I think 3 more straw pieces. Wait, actually just 2. 2 more straw pieces. So you're going to end up with this. So we had our 2 squares, and now we're doing this, this kind of front wall. Like I said, though, if you want to kind of branch off and do your own thing at this point, you can, this should be something you can probably figure out. So I added 2 more straw pieces. I initially said 3, but it should be 2. And I'm kind of bending them to make the other 2 sides of this, this square that's going to go over here. Good, good. Carter is definitely way ahead of us. And I'm going to take the end of the pipe cleaner and I'm going to poke it through.
We kind of froze for a second.
Sorry,
I was only 2 cleaners.
Yes, I did 2 little straw pieces and I attached those on, and it's making, here, I'll take this out again. It's making this wall. So we started with these 2 squares. I added these and I'm going to bring them around like this. So I want these to connect right here and I want the pipe cleaner to come out this side. So I'm going to put it through, I hope y'all can see this, like that. So if you shape it a little bit, you can see how it's sort of half a cube right now. Yeah, this is what I meant about this one being a little bit of a step up from the pyramid. Again, though, if y'all, it may take a few more pipe cleaners, but if y'all figure out a different way to come to the same like cube shape, totally fine. It'll work just the same. Speaking of which, though, I am going to add one more pipe cleaner on just to make sure I don't run out. Okay. I see a couple of people waiting for the next step, so we'll go ahead and do that. Do 2 more straw pieces. So basically right now, we're just wanting to do another one of these walls, kind of like we did over here, and then we need to connect across. So I'm gonna work on this right now. So I'm basically just doing the exact same thing we just did, except on the other side of the cube. So I'm putting on 1, 2 more straw pieces. I'm kind of getting them over that place where I connected them together. And then just like we did before, I'm going to connect that square. I'm going to stick this pipe cleaner through.
We already finished.
Wonderful. Is anybody else like still on the step that I'm on, or has everybody gotten ahead? Y'all are awesome.
No, we got behind.
Okay, that's okay. Just let me know where y'all are and I can show y'all the next thing to do.
We're still stuck at the other one. I got one try. Where's the other one from you? We were left at this with the half a front, I mean half a square or half a cube.
Okay.
And then
yeah,
we were
no.
supposed to add more.
Y'all are doing great. So from where you're at right now, you might need to add another pipe cleaner. I can't see how much space y'all have left, but if you have less than about the space you need for 2 pipe cleaners, yeah, I would add another pipe cleaner on the end of that before you do the next thing. So once you've added that pipe cleaner, put 2 more straw pieces on, and then you're just going to do basically exactly what you just did on this side. You'll just bend it around and bring that pipe cleaner through. So where I'm at the moment, I've got everything except one side, right? So I'm just going to, I want the pipe cleaner to end up over here so I can do this side. So I'm just going to poke it through here. If I can, the space is getting a little tight.
There you go.
We can do that.
And I'm doing one last pipe, or sorry, I keep mixing them up. One last straw piece.
Yeah.
And across. And at this point, it doesn't matter which straw I go through because it's going to be finished after this. So I'm just going to go down through this straw piece.
Try it there.
Hello. Boom. It's working. It's working.
And mine was left with a pretty small handle at the end, so I'm gonna add a little bit, so just so I've got something to hold my bubble wand by. Okay, how's everybody doing? I see some thumbs ups. Okay, so
Yeah.
if y'all have any questions, you can shout them out. But those of y'all that do have your little wand done.
Here's a bubble.
Okay, those of y'all that have got your wand done, what do we think is going to happen to a bubble in here? Does anybody have any ideas? What's the bubble going to look like, do we think?
A cube.
A cube. We think it's going to look like a cube. Do we think it's going to make like a little cube inside, or do we think it's just going to do the walls of the bubble wand?
The walls.
Well, so that's what we thought for our pyramid earlier too, right? But it actually ended up doing a bubble kind of inside, right? So knowing that, let's see what happens with our cube. I'm trying to get the camera so this is very visible. So my bubble soap is pretty still. There aren't too many bubbles on it. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to answer that right now, but it is going to keep ringing for a second. Okay, now I'm going to dip this in. If y'all have already done it, then you already have seen.
Bubbles started like popping. Didn't you see it?
Slowly pull it out. Y'all see what happened? It's hard to see on my screen, but you can see with yours. So what did it do? What's going on in there?
There's a bubble.
Yeah, there's a bubble and it touches in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that neat? So what actually should happen, depending on like how we dip it into the bubble soap, it should actually be able to make a cube inside, like a cube shaped bubble inside of the cube. So I'm trying to get it to do that. You see how it's got kind of that wall in the middle? If you dip it in right, I haven't gotten this to work yet. Oh, look, it's doing it. Do y'all see that? There's a cube shaped bubble inside of there. Oh my gosh. Isn't that cool? So that is a tensile bubble. Wow. It's got all of the walls and everything just like a cube shape. I'm really glad it did that in a way that y'all could see on the camera. This worked out very well. And I hope y'all can do it with your bubble wands too. Has anybody else made a bubble cube yet? Mine's starting to kind of shift around. Parts of it are popping a little bit. There we go. That one's not quite a cube. That's just a square because it's flat.
No. How do you make it?
I'm seeing the comments pop up. It is amazing. I think it's super. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just got a double cube bubble. Look at that. So y'all can just kind of play around with this. Just, you know, dip it in, pull it out. You can try it different ways and kind of see what works
How do you
best to
even
get that
do
cube
it?
bubble. What?
How do you do it?
I'm just kind
Ours
of.
only gets normal. Look, it doesn't get the inside one.
Oh, yeah, you'll just have to kind of mess with it if you just dip it a few different times.
Watch it. It's dirty.
Okay.
I'm not really doing anything different than y'all are, I don't think. I'm just dipping it in the bubble soap. Sometimes the bubbles on the surface can affect it a little bit. It seems like it's doing the square in the middle a little bit more if there's already some bubbles on the surface of the bubble soap. So in case that helps. Wow, this is really cool. I was playing with this a little bit earlier and I didn't get it to do this, so I'm pretty excited. So do y'all want to keep playing with these bubble ones a little longer, or do y'all want to try to make a different one?
We don't know enough to make a different one.
So if we want to do another one, I don't have like more instructions for y'all. If y'all want to do another one, we can just like freestyle it. You can just use the rest of the pipe cleaners that you have and the straw pieces, and you can just come up with your own design. Does that sound good?
I'm not going to say.
Now you're unmuted.
I'm blowing through mine.
You're getting frustrated. She can see everything
My
you
dad
just
said
did.
Oh,
Just ask for help. You're getting frustrated. It's unmuted.
Yeah, I can help y'all if anybody's having problems.
Yes, the Fishers are.
Okay, yeah, what do y'all need help with?
Us?
We don't quite have the total square.
Okay, yeah. If you hold it up to the camera, I just want to see where y'all are.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
you. No, you do it.
So it looks like where you are right now, you need to put on one more straw piece.
You make me both.
So I can show you. So right now, you're basically, it looks like you're kind of working on one side. So you've got one straw piece on there that I could see. You need one more, and then you need to pull it through this side over here.
Huh? We need help.
Show her
Who
your.
else needs help?
Yes. No. If you.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I see. I think y'all are at the same place. So if you're at a place like that where you have a wall that's kind of partially done, if you've only got these bottom two and the pipe cleaner is coming out of this corner, just add two more straw pieces and pull it through here.
Help me.
I just don't want anything you won't be bringing. He's getting food there. I don't.
And the rest of y'all, if you're already done with this cube, y'all can be working on whatever you want to make out of your pipe cleaners and straws. Whatever bubble, 3D bubble shape you want to make.
You climbed under there and got it? 'Cause that's kind of. All right. Oh, no.
Okay, good. Looks like the Fishers have got it
Mama,
just a little better.
got one in here. Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Honey, want me to make you a hot bubble one? No, hot bubble one. Wait, what do you want me to make you? No, I know what you have.
Honey, you need to come inside.
I think I'm going to start making something over here. But those of y'all that are still working on it, if y'all have any questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask me whatever you need to.
You make them.
Well, Seth, did you figure it out?
Yeah.
I think I almost got it. He wants a little straw.
I got this shot.
Hang on. Let go of him, Emily. We're gonna sit down.
So this is me making just another fun shape. So those of y'all that are still working on the square, you can, like I said, you can ask me questions, but don't follow what I'm doing right now because this is something different. Okay, perfect. So I see the Fishers have gotten most of theirs done. Okay, cool. So now you just need to put that end of the pipe cleaner through one of the straw pieces again, because you want to get back to one of those corners where you don't have a straw piece yet.
Mute it.
I hope that makes sense.
Need another one. I can make it more. No more. I can make it more. Minnie, look. Minnie.
I think these will go up here. Do you want them more
Mimi.
up here like that?
Mimi, look. Mimi. Mimi. I got a big bucket.
What I'm trying to make for my fun bubble wand shape is I'm doing kind of a little like prism shape. I'm hoping that it'll have 2 triangles on the end and kind of walls in the middle.
Now I
Yeah, y'all are welcome to unmute yourselves if you have questions, but just so everybody else can hear my instructions, it's good to mute yourselves when you're not talking. Did you have a question, Carter, or are you just saying hi?
I'm saying bye because I need
Oh,
to go
okay.
finish my homework.
Okay, well, it was good to see you, Carter. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Is anybody else doing a different bubble wand shape? Journey, did you do one?
I'm working on one.
Oh, cool. What are you making?
A rectangle.
Oh, that'll be neat.
I did a different bubble shape. I did a heart.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's the other thing with you don't even have to use the straws for this to work. You can just use a pipe cleaner and it'll make a little bubble wand and it's very fun.
I'm trying to make a house shape.
A house shape? That should be cool. I wonder what kind of tensile bubble that's gonna make.
Miss
Yes.
Camille.
Yes.
Miss Camille.
Yeah, does somebody need help?
No,
I can't quite tell who's talking.
No, I just need to leave. I have dance camp.
Oh, okay. Well, it was good to see you.
Bye.
Bye. See you later. Okay, it looks like a few more people are signing off, but I'm going to stay on until everybody's gotten done the instructions that you needed. And I also want to finish my little extra bubble wand I'm making so I can show y'all how it turns out. It's almost done. Okay, guys, I made this little shape. I think this is called a prism. I think that's what you'd call this shape. It kind of just looks like the roof of a house. Oh, good. It looks like the Fishers got your cube done. Awesome. So y'all can try to put it in the bubble soap. Remember, to get that cube in the middle, just try dipping it a few different times. Oh, okay. We'll see y'all later. I did a couple more people left. Okay, I'm going to dip mine and we'll see how this goes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if y'all have to go, that's totally okay. But let me know how your bubbles went and we'll see y'all later. Huh, interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this made kind of you can see where the bubbles are meeting on the inside. It didn't make a 3D bubble in there. It didn't make like a little tiny prism shape like I was kind of hoping it would, but it looks cool. The bubbles are all touching in the middle. The bubble soap smells really good. Oh, I got a little 3D bubble in there. It kind of looks like a triangle. How's it going for those of y'all that are still working on it?
Anything here? We've already finished the other.
Does anybody have any questions? Oh, wow, the Fishers have got their cube bubbles going.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry, did you have a question?
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
Let's just make more.
All right, so it looks like people are starting to sign off. I will have a recording of this that I'm going to send y'all a little later if y'all are still having trouble. So the Lopez kids, if y'all are still having problems, I would recommend kind of trying to straighten out your pipe cleaners a little bit. That will help a lot when you're trying to figure out the shape. But do y'all have any other questions I can help you with before we sign off? No? Well, if y'all can't get the specific shapes that that I showed while we were doing the activity, y'all can just do whatever shapes you want to do and see how that works out. That's kind of what I did, and it was fun that way. So yeah, I hope y'all had fun. I hope y'all will try taking these outside and, you know, kind of waving them around in the wind and see what it looks like when it makes bubbles as a bubble wand, because I think that would look really cool. But yeah, I will send y'all the recording for this very soon. And I'm going to see a few of y'all later, I think, for another program at 3. That's going to be Spy School. For if anybody wanted to do that one and hasn't signed up, you can email me and I'll send you the Zoom link for that. But yeah, I will see y'all next time. Next month, our theme is going to be magnets, and there are going to be kits again. So I'll make sure everybody gets the information from the kits when I have that available. But yeah, other than that, it was so good to see y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye. See y'all later.